Good morning, YouTube. Once again, we're driving. Started in the middle of the freaking night. I love it. Hey, it's 11. Make some more coffee. Make it last till the sun comes up. I feel like a vampire. It is what it is. Coffee ready, and then we're gonna continue down the road. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's back to being over the road. Good morning, Mike. How was your weekend? Oh, okay. Once again, I got the phone pointed away from me, so I am not blowing y'all off, but I'm trying to get a better spot. Um, so, how many things have you got moved inside? Oh, shoot. Hold on, let's make sure. I'm on somebody. You know, when you watch one video, you get on everybody the feed for that, genre. Once again, I wish it ain't gonna be anytime soon. But even though y'all do the growing, I'd like to do it. Just need to find some stuff that I can, have an automatic watering or whatever. Um, Make sure that it's taken care of. Hey, I just stopped for a minute. Let's get going. Um, I stopped at an area where I'm in Ohio right now, but I haven't been north in years, man. And I came into this rest area, you know, um, rest area the wrong way because they redid it. Oh man, I had to slowly drive through. Um, I had to slowly drive through the daggone area so I didn't hit no cars, which brought up, this really smart ass behind lady at receiving. You know, I've seen drivers, come into places and that should tell you if you've got to drive close to cars, you're in the wrong area. Well, I've had many places where, um, wait a minute, hold on. I had many places where to get to the docks, I had to drive through rows of cars. So, you acting like you know something and you're wrong. You're going to learn something new every day, you know? You learn something new every day. It's like this area. I know this one here before. They've got truck parking. You got to watch it. If you drive an 18 wheel on Ohio, don't stop at the rest areas because the daggone DOT will come knock on your door and do an inspection in the freaking rest area. You be halfway through your sleep cycle and they wake you up, and now you got to start over again. That's some crazy crap. Shit. Ah, man, I'm still coffee on me. Dang, man. Still some high ass coffee on me. Look like I peed the bed. uh, well, we got about 180 miles to the door. Yeah. Seems like the norm. It would look like a pita bed, but now it look like a piss of pants. Little coffee all over me. But, oh well. To put the mount in the windshield when you know, it keeps on something. Well, they got a new law now that you can't even touch your phone. If they catch you touching your phone, that's a ticket. So it's crazy, all the laws that you don't even know about that you could be messing up and doing, and people, because people take advantage, you got to pay the piper for it. It's kind of stupid. Kind of story. Good morning, good morning. We just talking a whole lot of nothing. In cruise news, a lot of people pissed off that Norwegian is starting to charge $5 extra. I think it's for if you want to run a second entree in the dining room, and then they're charging you on room service, extra charge per person. It used to be one flat fee. Well, the problem is you got to realize this is $1 billion company. They're for profit. They're really not for you. They're for making money. And the thing is, you got so many people that order all this room service, don't eat it all, don't eat it, and then they dump it out in the hall. You know what I'm saying? They dump it out in the freaking hallway. So you wake up in the morning, see all those plates out in the hallway, all over the place. And these companies are tired. They're still, because of COVID, they're still billions and billions of dollars behind. They got to come up with that money somewhere. They still got payments that they still got to make, and people are, they're not happy with the new situation. But it is what it is. I remember when I first started cruising, man, I used to have like 3 different entrees. My fat behind. I had. Well, I want to take. What's that over there? I want that too. But my behind, I ate it. You know what I mean? I ate it. But the thing is, you're like, oh, this food's nasty. You get a lot of people like that. This food's nasty. Knowing you can't even cook anyway. You see it. Oh, it was horrible. Guys, this is horrible. Man, come on, man. Let it go. You on, mid-tier cruise line anyway. This ain't like, you're not on the Sheridan or whatever that cruise line that they got now. Or you're not on a private yacht or whatever. And, and a lot of times when you want Michelin size style stuff, it's going to be the size of a cookie. You're going to be like, what the heck is this? That's your food, you know? And everybody going to be mad. Like, what? This sucks. Yeah. Did any of you guys see? It's been all over the daggone, all over social media. This influencer went and, you got a whole lot of people, and I'll be watching them. And they like get all mad and whatnot. This is crap, blah, blah, blah. And you acting like a DICA. Well, maybe some people that's their taste buds are. Like if you go to England and you see some of the stuff that they eat, it looks like throw up. But you know, they think that's delicious. And if you do like a piece of chicken, the salt and pepper is spicy to them. And this comes from the country that, you know, they took over other countries for the spice trade. I make it make sense. But it's whatever your taste buds can handle. And you've got a lot of people that think they get out here, they got a lot, they got a good amount of followers, and now they're professional. Now they're professional. And this one lady, did y'all hear about that? That one lady, Glamour Rama, or whatever the heck her name was. She goes out and contacts, DMs this little. The lady's got a freaking accent, a French baker. Now, she tells them, "Look, I'll do a review." She said, and the lady said, "No, thank you. We don't have the money in our budget for that." You know, because a lot of places you can tell they get paid. You can tell they get paid, especially if you're behind in Atlanta. Y'all already know that food ain't no good, and I already know that the restaurant is more of a it's like a club with black folks that don't you get lousy service, they hookahs, and then you got to pay for parking at a restaurant. It's stupid. But there's some places when I find a good spot, I go back, and it ain't in Atlanta. But the lady was like, I'll give you a good review, and if it's not, I'll still, long story short, give you a good review. And she's like, no, thank you. We're good. And she shows up anyway, and they recognize, they knew it was her. And she's sitting there telling this lady, she does a review and said, well, first of all, what are fake pistachios? I make it make sense. But she said, I paid $10 for this. This is fake and hateful. You don't know what that person did to get to that, position. Well, guess what? That lady came back with some. She came back with some receipts, and and that's the thing. You got to keep everything nowadays. Especially DMs and all that stuff, because people they trying to strong arm you and make you look like boo boo the food, even if food don't taste good. But a lot of people came to the lady's defense and said this is the best bakery because you rarely find bakeries anymore. Everything is processed in one place and shipped out across the country, like Dunkin' Donuts. Remember Dunkin' Donuts? They used to make that stuff that night in the back room at a Dunkin' Donuts. No, it's central processing, already processed food. That's why half of this stuff tastes like crap. And the lady goes out and she says, we import all of our stuff from France. So guess what? That croissant is going to be $10 because Trump's stupid ass done put a tariff on everything. So if she got to import French flour from the French province, she's got to charge extra amounts of money. You got to charge that if you're paying for, the place where you're at. And she's showing them, look, this is on, and she said fake Pete, fake this and fake that. Look, this is our stuff. And she got called out, and that was the thing I wanted to talk about. We're talking about food right now. But a lot of people, and I got to pick on women because I'm a man, because this happened to me. A lot of women, they get confused when a man don't act the fool. I can walk all over him. And they do. And half the time, we let them, that ain't my wife now, but I'm saying before her, we let them walk all over us because we don't want no problems. We just want peace. And it's just going, I can do this. And I watch videos after video. And some women get upset when you say, there was one guy, he was just funny. He said, look, I ain't rap too tight. My mama taught me, you kick me, I'm knock you out. And the women will get mad, but you're stronger. Well, that don't make no sense. Why you hit him? That don't make no sense. Why you abusing him? That don't make no sense. It don't make no daggone sense at all. But a lot of us think that we can talk to anybody. That's why, look, one thing I learned a long time ago, I don't mess with the people that control my money and control my. I understand you're upset, but I tone it down because if you're bringing my food out, you don't know what they doing to that steak. You don't know what they doing to that cheeseburger. Y'all tell you can get a loogie in between the lettuce and tomato and mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying? Or some other different type of stuff added to the mayonnaise. You don't sit there and treat people like that because that a lot of this is their livelihood. You got people throwing stuff, videos of them throwing stuff in McDonald's and why are you doing that? I don't get it. Well, yeah, we're gonna pull ahead and get some fuel. I don't know where I'm gonna be getting it. I don't need to be running out of no dang on gas, no diesel. That wouldn't be cool. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Hold on, guys. Let's see. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Wrong time. Hold on. That might be it. Oh, we'll see in a minute. That's the thing about driving is big Methuselah.
Everything became difficult for neighbors. Stop when it is safe to do so and review the route. In 400 feet, turn left onto Buren Street.
Okay. Yeah, I see him. I was looking at a car, not a car, but a truck. And he's going around.
Now
Like,
turn left.
You got too many people that you give them an inch that they'll freaking take a mile. Why y'all do that? And I'm not saying the people that listen, but why do y'all do that? Why is it okay to act like an idiot?
In 1/4 of a mile, turn left on
Is that the new norm to act the fool, or just say, hey, look, let's talk it out? It, I mean, what is it? I'm still trying to figure that mess out. Hold on. Excuse me. Well, they got some new places, but man, this one here, that tells you how long I've been. It's been since I've been this far north. Alrighty, alrighty. Guys, bear with me a moment. We got to get us some fuel. Fuel. 206-748. I'll be right back. 6-7. bit low. A little bit low. Done. Time to start big boy back up. Get back to business. I was just thinking out there while I was, you know, getting all this stuff going. Um, whatever happened? Oh, geez. Yo, it done got cold. It done got cold. I thought winter was definitely. It done got freaking cold out here. Ah, geez. Falling all over the place and everything else. But whatever happened to being humble? Whatever happened to appreciating your loved one? Whatever happened to saying, "Hey, I ain't said it in a while, but I appreciate you." Me and my wife, we practice that quite often, and it's just amazing that it hits right at the right time when I need to know. Because you know, yeah, a lot of y'all know I've been doing. I was doing regional, but it wasn't paying. So now I got to get back. I got to go back over the road. And I said I ain't going back over the road. Shoot, I done did my time. Now I got to go back over the road. I'm actually going to probably stay out till Thanksgiving. And you know, you don't know how much those. And I'm gonna say it to my wife this morning when I talk to her. We talk every day, right? Except for yesterday. um, how much that's appreciated. I was in a bad, horrible marriage. I wish I could remember. I can't. And the sad part is I can't remember when I had my first marriage was decent. It was horrible all the time. And I worry about. I don't want to be because I make less than my wife, and I was just upset. I'm not getting the miles. That this is not happening. That. And she said some prolific stuff. She said, look, you're trying. You're doing the best you can. Don't worry about it. We'll make it. We'll get through it. And that made me work hard. When she said that, man, that made me want to work harder and push towards the next load and watch my mouth not get upset and not be demanding. But it made me push harder because she sees that I'm trying. And I thank God because everybody, you know, yeah, we all have past hurt, but guess what? Don't make it more hurt when you don't appreciate that person that's with you. Don't make it more drama when you don't know how to say thank you. Don't make it more. Say, look, this is what one thing I gotta watch, and I always try to watch because my wife, she holds it in until I get it all one big, blunt. And I started figuring out there's some certain things I need. You know, okay, I better tighten up. It's stuff I better tighten up because normally she don't say nothing, but when she say something and I've learned. Oh, little old man, y'all can't see it, but this farm equipment. I forgot what the name of that company is. Case farm equipment on the right. That's freaking awesome. That's one thing when I get back, on Thanksgiving, I'm looking at two things. I gotta start working on one of my aerators. So I got the parts, so I need to start stripping the parts aerator and put it on the good one and get that going. And then put the other stuff that I ordered onto the other mower. But and it's so funny. I don't say nothing about her, I don't say nothing about her stuff that she orders, and she leaves me alone about the stuff I order. But then I started saying, "Hold up, I got bills to pay. Let me relax." And she ain't said nothing, but I'm gonna say it for her. She ain't get mad, but I'm gonna say it for her. And that's why I appreciate the position that I'm in because I'm still finding myself. I like working on small engines. Next thing you know, I have a whole junkyard in the backyard. I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that. But the thing is, when you're doing this, I don't know when I'm done. I don't know if I'll ever make it home. Not saying anything negative, but it's a part of reality. I was driving through the mountains this morning, and this guy blowing by me like I was standing still. But I was like, nah, bump this. I'm doing 55 miles an hour all the way, so I can make it home. So I can do my YouTube, whatever. I'm not bump that. And it's not that I don't have the experience. It's the fact that look, okay, nah, you know, I gotta like living. I gotta like living, and that's what I was doing going down the mountain on the other side, of the mountain pass. I don't know what. It's got to be a name for that place. I was coming up 77 in West Virginia, but it was steep a few times. But you know, having the notion to say, "Hey, thank you, Lord. Hey, I appreciate this. I appreciate that," is much better than thinking I know everything. And next thing you know, I flip the truck and I'm dead. Y'all be wondering what happened. I can't stop walking. It is what it is. And it's the same thing. Like I think, I can spot the little the thing. Wellness came in. You don't realize just because someone is watching, certain people, some people take advantage, but some other people are actually watching. They say, you know what, maybe let me try that. Let me do this. Let me, like right now, I've had the push-up bars for about a couple of years. But now, what I'm gonna do when I get to the shipper and they unloaded me, because I'm so out of shape, I'm gonna lean against the steps on my 18 wheeler and start doing me some push-ups. You know why? Not because I want to, because I know other people are living a healthier life. And look, I'm trying to be like y'all. Other people are living a healthier life. I'm trying to be like y'all. I'm trying to recognize that I have hurt and pain that's still dormant. And I gotta watch out when I start flipping out. I gotta recognize. That's why I'm not talking to my son right now. Because I don't want to hurt his feelings anymore. I'm like, nah, you got rattle up your eyes. But I love you, but I got to leave you alone until I'm ready to talk to you. Because I had a pastor friend tell me, he said, you kind of strong and blunt. And I said, you know what? You're right. I said, everything I say, if it wants to come out, it's going to come out straight to the point and hurtful. Because I'm probably broadcasting some hurt that you hurt me. You always hear that you got to be the better man. Why? Why I got to be the better man? How about you not be an a-hole? Why to be the better person? Ain't nobody better than nobody. This just not arguing. How about we can agree to disagree? How about that? You know what I mean? Well, and you hear that? Oh, you know how you get that? Oh, you know how they are. What? No, I don't. You know how cousin so and so is. Good morning, brother. You know how cousin so and so is. No, I don't know how they are. You know, I had here comes the foolishness started, ladies and gentlemen. Hold up. Oh, dang it. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to close it out early because my phone has let me know it's overheating. We're gonna have to stop this live a whole lot early. You know what? You know what I did? I was charging it, and that just heated it up even more. So it's about to cut off on me. Um, well, that was a quick story. that was a quick conversation. All right, well, coming up next, get your working affirmations and fashion sense. Eddie Lugo Studio 15, cruising is fun anytime. Cruising is fun anytime. 9 o'clock, go live together with Eddie Lugo Studios at 9 o'clock. And Miss Stewart at 9:15. All right, guys. I'll see if I can have a better conversation next tomorrow. But if not, it'll be the same foolishness, same bad time, same bad channel. As always, you don't think nobody loves you, know that I love you. And God loves you. Y'all have a blessed day. Deuces.